Welcome back to another day in the life of a reseller vlog. Today's Monday, October 7th. Got another vlog published to the channel. Yesterday was a busy Sunday. Got a lot of listings up and also mowed the lawn. So if you like those before and after lawn mowing videos, check out yesterday's vlog. Yesterday we also photographed some fresh inventory. I got in the photo station. I think I found 13 items to photograph. And this morning I've been busy. I got all that listed, most of it into the small store. Let's take a look at the last few listings. There you see them, 13 listings ready to be put away into the small store. Here's a look at some of those listings. We got a couple pair of black skirts right there. We got a pair of dress pants and some socks that I threw to auction. Down here we got a pair of starter shorts, also threw those to auction. Listed these sweats, queen sweats. Here a nice couple pair of cargo shorts. So that's also been part of the process this morning. I've been taking some listings and sending them to auction at a lower price point, trying to get some of this stuff sold, some of my older inventory out the door, and make room for some fresh new stuff. So that's also been part of the workload this morning. So mixed in between these new listings are some of those auctions, but here are a couple nice pair of the dress pants, some slim fit and some cargo dress pants. Over here we got a couple pair of long johns, Fruit of the Loom and weatherproof. Down here we have one that I sent to auction, a nice black polo shirt size medium, as well as a St. John's Bay 3XLT, so a big one for the big guys. And then over here, more shorts, a pair of cargo shorts and a pair of Eddie Bauer shorts. So I'm hoping that a combination of fixed price listings and auctions really help drive some eyes to the small store and get a few more sales going out of the small store. Sales have been pretty slow as of late. This month, things haven't really taken off yet, but we're continuing to put in the work and hoping that turns around this month. So part of that has been trying to reevaluate what we want in the store, and a lot of that is sending stuff to auction. There's one we sent to auction at $4.97 for a little Turtles t-shirt, a J. Jacobs dress shirt for just $2.97. And then here's a polo shirt, Gildan polo shirt at $1.97. So we're liquidating some stuff really cheap. And we're throwing stuff up at regular price. Here's a pair of Dickies shorts, $14.97. Nice, thick, heavy set Dickies shorts. And then down here were the last of the shorts we listed last week. Got all of this shorts onto the store. We bought a bulk of shorts last Monday. So like I was saying, last Monday we did buy some fresh inventory. We spent $151. If you watch the channel, you've been watching me list that stuff. So we got all that online now. A bulk of it was shorts. We went through the shorts section, pulled athletic shorts and dress shorts, and we got a lot of shorts sales as a result. So sometimes that's how it works. You know, you list shorts into the stores and then those shorts start selling. So this week I'm gonna kind of work off of the stacks that we already have. Some storage unit clothing that I've got set up in the photo station. I'm gonna grab the best of the best off of those stacks and just try to get some of that stuff listed, kind of work through some of that less desirable clothing again. Of course, that hasn't been all I've been up to this morning. I got the vlog published, and then I continued to post into the shorts section on YouTube. S.A. Bree was the last performer from Fremont Fridays that we clipped up. We'd put a lot of short clips under a minute to the short section, and that's gotten the channel quite a few views. Subscriber count is up as a result. This morning I also did my own short content. Let me give you a look at the analytics to show you what the channel's doing. So if you look at the YouTube channel analytics here, it shows that the channel got 67,393 views the last 28 days. Watch time is up to 481.5 hours in that time. You check the chart down here. There we have the huge spike, and we're on the upswing again. There you see it. All those shorts we put up this weekend, as well as the vlogs, has led to quite a few new views. And up here, subscriber count is up to 760 subscribers. So thank you to all of you who have joined the adventure by hitting that subscription button. Over here, we look at the last 48 hours. We have 5,000 views. And if you look at the blue right there, those are some of the shorts that I put up this morning. You get the spike in views as a result. This morning, I decided to publish my own little creative content, sang a little song into the camera, and put it out there into the short section, trying to get a few views. Let me give you a look at what I recorded. Yeah, a little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts, yeah. So sometimes you just wake up with a little tune humming through your mind, and sometimes you sing it out into the universe. You never know what you're gonna get, right? So I did that this morning. It's kind of fun to do that every now and then and put that out there. It doesn't really matter what you list into the short section if you're just trying to get views. So putting something creative out there, seeing what sticks. We're gonna keep putting those Fremont Fridays shorts out there, as well as whatever else we can come up with, just to get that subscriber count up. But the long form and short form content are going up, and the channel continues to grow as a result. And since the channel is growing, I should probably reintroduce myself. My name's Brian Kingsbury. I'm a full-time reseller. I've been doing this over 20 years. I've got 2 eBay stores, over 6,000 items listed, and this channel kind of details the ins and outs of the business. Show you guys what we're listing. You saw the 13 listings I got up this morning. I show you what we're buying. We still really haven't bought much this week yet, but we do have the inventory in the photo station I will show you later. And of course, we always show you what's sold, and today we had just one sale out of the small store. Been working out of the small store this morning, trying to put a little extra effort into it, and as a result, we have one new sale. Let me show you what sold. So this morning we woke up to one more sale, $13.03 for this, $13.03 for this 2XL Beverly Hills Polo Club gray crew neck t-shirt top, solid long sleeve, so just a basic long sleeve t-shirt. So as the seasons change, people are probably switching from short sleeve to long sleeve, so we got a nice long sleeve here, size 2X, a good larger size, which always sell better than the small ones. So there it is, $13 out the door. So I think what I'm gonna do is put away some of this stuff that I have listed into the store, put it away into inventory so that it's ready once they sell. I do have some stuff I listed at the big store to put away as well. So that's kind of part of the housekeeping. You know, you do the work on the weekends. Sometimes you don't always put everything away right away. So we got to put some of the stuff away. I'll grab that item that sold once I put the small store stuff away into inventory, and then of course we'll check out the big store. We had quite a few offers and made a few sales as well out of the big store, so I'll show you that once we get that small store order fulfilled. So step one is to put this away into the big store. Alright, up next we got to put away these 13 new listings into the small store, and then grab that one shirt that sold, inventory number YY12. Alright, we got all that inventory put away. I grabbed that one sale out of the small store, and we have it here ready to print labels. There it is, the 2X Beverly Hills Polo Club gray t-shirt, and here comes the label for it. We're gonna get this printed and add it to the tote, then we'll check out the big store. Alright, there it is, a tote full of a weekend's orders. We're going to add one more to the mix, and now let's take a look at the big store. Alright, looks like we had 3 offers and 5 orders out of the big store. I went ahead and declined 2 offers, countered with another, and let's take a look at the 5 sales that came into the big store overnight. There you see it, 5 orders for $83.96, $83.96 for 5 orders. Let's see what they were. First item sold for $15.64. It's an NFL graphic t-shirt top, extra large, man's short sleeve Seattle Seahawks polyester tee. The Seahawks didn't get the win on Sunday, but that doesn't stop this t-shirt from selling. Nice looking t-shirt with the graphic Seahawks graphic. There you see it in the blue and white and the lime green on front. NFL team apparel, size extra large, made in Bangladesh. 2x3, cool. Seattle Seahawks tee sold. Second item sold for $11.26. It's a New Era MLB Yankees white and black baseball hat cap, cotton fitted 7 1/2. It did have a little stain on the top. This was part of a Yankees hat lot that I bought for $25 for 5 hats, something like that. And this is the first of those to sell. This was not the nicest of the batch. Size 7.5. It did have the stain on top, but nice looking hat. Other than that, you can kind of see it there right on the top by that little button. Yeah, if you watched the previous channel, you know that was a little online arbitrage buy I did. I bought a hat lot. What was it, like $25 for 5 Yankees hats? One was a New York City kind of 9/11 type hat. And there was a couple that had some condition issues. Didn't show up in the mail in the kind of condition that I would have liked. At least a couple of them were a little bit rough, and that was one of those. The other ones were all far nicer, so I priced them a little bit more money. But I priced that one ready to sell, so we're getting a little bit of our investment back on that one, making a quick sale. Didn't take long for that one to sell at all, so we're on our way to making some profit on that little online arbitrage buy. So hopefully the next hat will be in the profits, and all the rest will be pure profit. Next item sold for $12.97. It's a large 1214 faded glory black and white skirt, polyester spandex blend, 34-inch waist by 36-inch length. So a nice faded glory skirt. Don't list a lot of skirts into my store, but I did get some in storage unit. And I decided to list them up, and we have made a few sales as a result. So sometimes that's what you have to do as a reseller. If you decide to buy a storage unit, you take the risk, you put the money up, you got to kind of list what you get. You know, I'm not really that crazy about listing women's clothing, especially women's skirts and stuff that I don't know a lot about. And, you know, I put the measurements up there, I put the fabric content, the sizing and all that, and hope that it's enough to make the sale. But not my favorite thing to list. I'd rather list in the men's category, but we have that inventory, and we've been working through it and making a few sales as a result. So we're getting some skirts up and selling a few as a result. So we're going to continue doing that. Like I said, we have about 3 stacks of storage unit inventory that I can go through and pull the best of the best and really get some of that storage unit money back in our pockets, so that maybe somewhere down the line we can invest in another unit. Have yet to do that in quite some time. I think I bought 3 in the beginning of the year, and that just kind of went away from that. But we might get into that, do another video, and find a little unit that will meet our needs. But first we got to deal with what we got. Next item sold for $10. Speaking of storage unit inventory, this one came from a unit in Everett that I bought a few years back. Had all kinds of Star Trek collectibles. This is a Star Trek Log 3 Alan Dean Foster Ballantine paperback book from 1975. There were some old books in that unit. They had just about every Star Trek book you could imagine. I was listing these older ones individually. 1975, this one is a Mud's Passage. There you're seeing some of the artwork on this one. The Log 3, I know a lot of these are collectible, and most of these have sold, but there might be a few more on my in my store. I ended up bulking up some of the newer books, but this is definitely an old one, vintage, 1975, even older than me. So you know that inventory is old, true vintage when it's older than you. I was born in 76. That one was a 75 book, so getting some old inventory listed. Not only from those storage units, but old is in terms of vintage. Anything over 20 years is considered vintage. Anything over 100 is what they say is antique. So that's kind of the standard to go by when you're listing on eBay. You don't want to call it antique unless it's 100 years or older, so they say. So we got one more sale. Let's take a look. Fifth item to sell, sold for $19.44. 1944 for these Dockers black solid dress pants, size 32-inch waist by 32-inch inseam. These are pleated individual fit, size men's large is a typical 32-inch waist. So we like to put large in there just in case someone searches large. They find these Dockers. Dockers a good brand to invest in. You list these up and they do sell eventually. Just basic pleated Dockers, individual fit. There you see has the little logo on the back, and we got all kinds of pictures. Individual fit waistband, and 100% cotton pleated classic fit. Stretch waistband, that's what they're calling this. Tag it, Dockers. Care on reverse. So nice looking pair of Dockers sold out the door. So there you see it, 5 more sales out of the big store. I'm going to go grab those 5 items from inventory. We'll print some labels, add those to the tote, and then we're going to kind of prepare to head into town. I want to get into town a little bit early since it is so nice outside. I want to get some exercise in, get a run in around Lake Padden before it gets dark. So that's the plan. I want to get in the photo station and have some stuff photographed and ready to be listed. So we got to find at least 10 items to photograph as well. So pack 5 orders, photograph 10 items, and then head into town. That's next on the agenda. The day in the life of a reseller continues. Thanks for watching. Alright, through the magic of video, there they appear. 5 more orders out of the big store, and here come the shipping labels for them. We're going to get these printed and add them to the tote. Alright, we've got 5 more to add to the tote, and I just got in the photo station and pulled 11 items ready to photograph, mostly from storage unit inventory. Mostly women's stuff. 1 pair of shin guards, so I'll show that to you in a second, but first let's add these orders to the tote. Alright, there's the tote. It's filling up fast. Let's add 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. Alright, it's a little after 3:30 right now. We've got a tote full of orders that gotta be run to the post office, but before we do that, we want to photograph some fresh inventory and get it ready to be listed once we return. Let me show you what we got in the photo station ready to be photographed. Right, here's a look at what I pulled. We have this pair of shin guards that came out of a storage unit. Maybe I bought these at Goodwill, I don't remember, but they're kid size. They might have been a return because they were too small for somebody, but we're gonna get those listed again. And then we'll get into this women's stuff. We got this dip size large. A lot of these are long sleeve. That's a long sleever. Here's a nice women's dress, kind of a geometric print. What is the brand on that? Susie Chin for Maggie Boutique. Now size 4, so a smaller dress, but interesting design on there. Here you want to be a boss. Here's an extra large boss. Kind of a cool sweatshirt. Has like a swirly design on the front with these crisscross things here. It says boss on the front in pink. Kind of like it. Over here we have AB Studio, kind of a thin kind of blouse with a pocket on front. Nice V-neck. So this is some quality merchandise that will sell, just not the brand name stuff that you want. Jacqueline Smith, so kind of I mean, it's a known brand, but kind of, again, a floral geometric print type shirt, long sleeve, might be 3/4 sleeve. Here's one, Air Apostle size large, just a long sleeve striped t-shirt, and in pink. This one is a size large. This might be a men's, kind of almost a thermal sweatshirt, size large. Actually, I think it is women's. And here is another thermal. This is Freeze, FRZ, 11-13 size large, purple. And another one, long sleeve, Mix and Company size 1X, so that's a plus size long sleever. And final one, it will be this Exhilaration size small, has a little tie on the neck and a little lace design down the front there. And then you guys saw the shin guard. So there you see it. Obviously they're not the most desirable inventory, but making the most of the storage unit inventory that we did get out of our last few storage unit buys. Been working through these stacks for quite a while. Took a month or 2 off of buying and just listed it. And so that's what we're continuing to do this week. Just kind of getting our way through the stacks. And eventually we're going to have to donate what we don't want to list. But I've got 2 stacks that I'm narrowing down to a big donation pile and trying to get the money back out of these units that we already have invested. So that's the plan moving forward. Let me give you a look at the stacks that I'm talking about. Here's one stack of kind of men's stuff, not desirable stuff that I'll have to go through and pull some of the stained items and whatnot and see if there's anything left in there that we can squeeze a few bucks out of. Then we have about a stack and a half of women's stuff left as well. Let me show that to you. So there is the stack and a half I'm talking about. The one on the right is I've gone through pretty good, and a lot of that is donation. We'll have to go through it one more time or so to make sure there's nothing else I want to list. But the one on the left here is what we're working through now. I know there are a few dresses in there that will have to get listed because there is some good money in dresses. I just got tired of listing them. So we'll have to get through this stack in the next week. That's the plan. And once we have those stacks dealt with, there are always the books. I got a couple stacks of books set out here that I have yet to list as well. Stuff that I got in storage units. Books do sell, and we do have some interesting books that we could either lot up or list individually. Let me give you a look. So here they are, all stacked up all the way to the light fixture, but we got to get through these and decide what we want to list and what we want to donate. I think most of it is listable, at least this stack. This is fresh off the last unit, and then we had the smaller paperback ones we could bulk up down here. So that's probably a day or two's worth of listings right there by itself. We just got to make the time to do it. Look at this little cookbook, little vintage cookbook. Salute to cooking, entertaining with ease. That one's got to be from this. Oh, it says 2000. Let's see, when is this from? 1965. It is vintage. Look at that. A vintage cookbook. Salute to cooking. So that's got to have some value right there. Yeah, I know there is some vintage books in this lot here. That's kind of why I did not donate them. You know, I used to just donate all the books, but these had some special books in them that I'll have to look up, and I just haven't made the time to do that yet. You know, some of those will be, you know, 20 bucks here and there, but a cookbook like that, you never know. You might look that up and have something special, so you got to kind of do that extra work. And that's all part of it when you invest in a storage unit. You know, you're used to listing clothing, quick and easy, you know what everything's worth. And then you buy a storage unit and you have all kinds of different inventory that you gotta do some research on. And if you don't have time to do the research, I would advise not investing in a storage unit, because that's a big part of it. Sorting is a big part of it as well, you know, getting all the garbage out of there, deciding what is worth keeping, what is worth donating. And then the whole research part of things begins. So it's quite an endeavor. If you've never done it, you might want to give it a try, see how you like it. I do enjoy the hunt of it, you know, seeing what you get, but sorting through it all and eventually getting it all online is a whole nother chore altogether. So something to think about as you move forward as a reseller. You know, do you want to source online? Do you want to source at thrift stores? Or do you want to source out of storage units? There's a lot of ways you can get inventory. I think storage units definitely give you the cheapest price per item, but you know, sometimes get a lot of stuff that's not desirable that you got to decide what you want to do with. And sometimes it just ends up on the floor or in the photo station, which is what I'm dealing with right now. So we got to make time to get through that stuff and decide what we want to do with it. Alright, as you saw, we got those orders dropped off, a whole tote full out to the customer. Next stop, we're going to head over to Lake Padden, get a nice run in, give you guys a look at the lake, see what we can see. Let's go. Alright, as you saw, we made it here to Lake Padden. We're going to take you out on a little warm-up walk around the lake area and give you a look at the lake. Let's go see what we can see today. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little look at the lake. I just noticed there's a big bus down there, Bellingham United FC. Maybe they're training here at the lake, I don't know. Let's get a look at the bus, see what it's all about. Here's what I'm talking about here, the big bus, look at that, Bellingham United FC. Alright, another successful 2.6 miles around Lake Padden, plus a little warm-up. You guys saw the lake there. All the action today. You had the Bellingham FC out there. I think they were rowing. There were some rowers out there on the lake. A little footage of that. There was some youth soccer on the other end. So a lot of activity out here today. Beautiful day for it. It was really sunny this afternoon, and then it kind of got a little overcast now, but perfect running weather, not too hot. T-shirt weather, so we're out there getting those miles in, and grateful that we're able to do that today. So you see all the sportsmen and sportswomen out here trying to accomplish something, you know, caring about their health, trying to work together towards a goal. Kind of reminds you of my days running cross country, playing soccer, playing basketball, all those good times in team sports. And you know, now it's kind of more of an individual endeavor. I just basically run. I did shoot baskets for the first time in about 10 years the other day, and was sore for about 3 days. So a lot has changed since the early days. You know, sometimes you see people running around the lake and you forget that they're 20 years younger than you, you know, in their 20s, usually college kids. And I'm out here running every other day, and feeling pretty good about what I'm able to accomplish at my age. So you know, you think about it, you only have so many years on this earth, so you know, taking care of your health is an important thing. You should put some time into it every day. And admittedly, I don't always do that. You know, I have my lazy days. I can be kind of a lazy guy sometimes, napping and not exercising, sitting and watching YouTube videos instead of getting out there and getting those miles in, you know, going for walks, going for hikes. But you know, overall I think I'm doing pretty good, taking care of my body. You know, you only get one, so you got to take care of it. Sometimes when you have something go wrong, you make that realization that you only have one body. You got to take care of it and make the most of it. So I think I feel pretty fortunate that I was able to develop those healthy habits as a young adult, you know, getting into running, running cross country and track, and you know, continuing to play basketball well into my 20s. And you know, once you hit 30, playing hoops is a little bit more difficult once those knees and ankles and all those things age. Then you get those back issues in your 40s, and things go downhill from there, from what I've heard. So you got to really maintain at this age, you know, as you approach 50. That over the hill saying is something to think about. So I guess you can go over that hill and maintain your health, you know, roll on down that hill towards your elder years, and be able to get out there and travel and make the most of your life. But it does take a little doing, you know, you got to put some effort in, and you see people out here doing that every day, and it kind of gives you a little bit of inspiration. So I'm grateful to be able to get out here and get some of that positive energy in my life. Sometimes that's all it takes, is to get out on the trail and see others doing what you should be doing. You know, if you're sitting at home and watching TV or watching YouTube and not exercising, putting too much time into work, you know, I realize it's important to make money, but sometimes health is more important. So I guess I'm grateful today that I had a little bit more enthusiasm towards my endeavors. You know, was able to get a lot of work done on eBay, and also get some YouTube work done. I want to get back to doing 2 long-form content per day. Lately it's just been the daily vlog, and I think that's probably not really enough to get where we want to go. You know, we're shooting for that goal by the end of the new year, to get to that 1,000 subscribers, and I think I'm going to have to put up a little bit more content in order to have a go at it. I think we're at 750 subs right now, but those hours are racking up real slow, so we might have to do a little bit more long-form content and really go after it in the next couple months. So I know this weekend I have the Snohomish River Run to photograph on Sunday, so if you guys are thinking about getting out there and getting a run in, that's always a good one. SnohomishRunning.com if you want to sign up for that one. You can always show up Sunday morning bright and early and should be able to sign up for that. So it's always a good time. All kinds of folks show up to run that one, so get out there and think about it. You know, you can always walk part and run the other part. There's a lot of people that do that if you're not up to the fitness level of running a longer race like that. So I should be at the finish line taking photos or out there on the course somewhere this Sunday. So if you're running in that one, be sure to look out for my camera and cross that finish line with a big smile. So of course I'm always grateful to the Snohomish Running Company for having me out there to photograph all those fun events. It's always nice to get out there and see all the people living healthy lifestyles, you know, conquering those half marathons and even full marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks. They've got all kinds of fun races you can become part of. So SnohomishRunning.com if you want to check those out. Check out the full list of what's going on. So I think I'm going to call an end to this day in the life of a reseller vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little moment of gratitude. As always, if you are interested, you know, think about what you're grateful for, you know, speak it out into the universe or tell a friend. It always feels good to go forward with a little gratitude. So I'm gonna go home, try to get a few more listings up, make the most of this afternoon. We got a little bit more time than usual today since I left the house a little early, so hopefully I can get some work done, have a nice dinner, get cleaned up, and enjoy the rest of the night. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching this one to the very end. Don't forget to hit that like on your way out. That big thumbs up gets the video in front of more eyes. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love in our hearts, yeah, a little bit of love is a start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love in our hearts, yeah, a little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love in our hearts, yeah, a little bit of love is the start, yeah. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love in our hearts, yeah, a little bit of love is the start, yeah. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts, a little bit of love is the start. A little bit of love in our hearts. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts, yeah. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our heart. A little bit of love in our hearts. Yeah, a little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. Yeah, we all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A A little bit of love is the start, yeah. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love is the start. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts, yeah. We all need a little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love in our hearts. A little bit of love is the start. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. 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 Got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I 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 got soul, but I'm not a soldier.